with more and more people staying locked inside their homes these days, something interesting is happening. There's a rise of digital content that is being created across all these social media platforms, be it Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. You get the picture. Well, people need an outlet to connect to the world, and some people have been doing this for a while. Today's guest is a rising star in the world of ASMR, who currently mainly broadcasts on Twitch and has already amassed over 26,000 followers on that platform and more than 14,000 on Instagram. Nina Swan joins us on today's episode. DJ, roll that music. Okay, Nina, thanks for joining me on the podcast. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Really well. Just having a little coffee here to wake up. It's a cold day in Los Angeles. So I turned on the heater right now. It's warming me up.
Nice.
Yeah, how are things? You actually just moved from California, correct?
Yes, I just moved last week.
Wow. To what was it, Ohio?
Yes, it is Ohio.
Mm. Well, and how are things going on over there?
I think things are going well. I bought a house, so it's very something exciting in my life, and it's the first house I own, so I'm like very excited. I'm gonna have my own studio. I'm gonna build my own studio, and things are just going to be just like I want them to be.
Wow. No, that's the wonderful. I wish I had my own home too, just so I could build my own studio the way I want to. Right now, I'm trying to put together a studio the way I envision it, but it can't have any permanent uh, uh,
I see.
things glued to the walls and all this
Right.
stuff. Like it just can't have anything permanent since I don't own the home. But yeah, no, that's great though. Ohio, how's the weather?
The weather is wet. It's raining,
Oh no.
but I don't complain. I like it.
Well, good, good. Okay, so for everybody just listening to this episode, maybe just tell us a little bit about what you do.
What I do? Well, I just started doing ASMR around. Well, actually, it's almost a year ago, and
Oh
I'm glad
wow.
I'm getting so much attention. It's like I'm happy. And my name is Nina. I'm 31 years old. I'm originally from Russia. I'm a citizen of the United States right now.
Mhm.
And what else?
Now, do you do anything else besides ASMR?
Not at the moment, but I used to do modeling, and well, I used to like originally I came to the United States to study acting. So first I studied English, and I studied acting in Hollywood, and I modeled for about I don't know, I think around 1,000 book covers.
Wow.
Yeah, like romance novels. And
Hmm.
I have like a lot of those books stored at home. When I was moving, it was like so many books. I'm like, why do I need all these books with my face in it? And I'm like, maybe I should just, I don't know, throw it away or give it to someone. But
Oh
I'm like,
no.
no, that's my work. That's something I've
Yeah.
done and something I'm proud of. So yeah. But then I've decided, I've been wandering around Twitch, that
Uh-huh.
TV. I know that not everyone knows about Twitch, but there are a lot of people who do. And so Twitch is a very popular streaming platform for games, art, music, like all kinds of things, like
Hmm.
IRL
Hmm.
streams, like, when people just go outside and with like their phone or camera and they stream it live.
Hmm.
So I was wandering around Twitch and I saw this something strange, like this strange category was called ASMR.
Hmm.
And what I saw, there were girls sitting with microphones and making like, like very like tapping sounds, like whispering and everything. I was like, well, that sounds interesting. And I honestly saw that there was like a lack of streamers in that category. And I've decided, well, maybe I should just try it for myself, because at the moment I was looking something new to do, some like, I don't know, something new for me to do and get interested to. And yeah, I've just decided to try it, and I'm glad I'm getting so much attention for what
Yeah.
I'm doing.
Yeah, and that's actually how I find you. It was on Twitch,
Yeah.
because in fact I don't even know. I think I was driven to it by YouTube through another ASM artist who was on YouTube, and was talking about Twitch, and I was like, wow. And right now there's actually some shows on Apple TV, for example, shows there's a particular show I just finished watching, and it's called Mythic Quest.
Mhm.
Raven's Banquet, and really it's all about like these gamers that stream, and they don't mention it by name, but the interface, that you see on the show when some of these streamers are streaming, it resembles Twitch. So it just got me a little bit more interested. And you're right. I always just heard of Twitch as being this gaming platform, but recently I think it's been a good platform for ASM artists. And I see that you in particular have found great success there versus YouTube.
Well, I've never streamed on YouTube. I know that people stream on YouTube, and I think that people stream on Facebook as well and Mixer. And
Hmm.
but I think for now, Twitch is like the biggest streaming platform. And well, when I started on Twitch, people have been asking me, when are you going to do YouTube? When are you going to do YouTube? Well, I still have not streamed to YouTube, even though I'm planning to. But I started a YouTube channel that I think is growing. I mean, it's not growing super fast, but considering how many videos I have there, I don't have too many. I think I have around 20 videos on YouTube and already have 5,000 subscribers. So I think it's great.
Yeah. What do you think is making you a success?
What's
What's
making
your
me
key to
success?
success?
Well, honestly, maybe someone would answer like, "Oh, it's because I'm so talented, I'm so amazing," but I'm not gonna answer this way. I started doing ASMR because I saw a lack of streamers on this category in Twitch, and even like they're coming more and more streamers, new streamers. But I think that's because there's not too many streamers in the ASMR category on Twitch. I think pretty much everyone who streams there gets an attention. Well, I
Mhm.
admit that maybe I get a little bit more attention than the others, but at the same time, I still think I get a little bit less attention than some other people. So I think I'm somewhere in the middle, but I'm doing well. And I also think that ISMR is something, it's something so still new that even on YouTube, where there are already like a lot of ASMR creators, you still have a chance to stand out.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I don't know if I answered your question or no.
Yeah, no, you answered it. And why do you think you're getting uh, a little bit more attention than others, but also at the same time a little less attention? Like, what? Can you explain that?
I think I'm getting more attention than the others. First of all, I think my looks are playing like a significant role here, because I always try to look very good for the stream. I spend like at least 2 hours getting ready and making my hair. I mean, doing my hair, doing my makeup, and I sit like I have beautiful clothing. I'm wearing beautiful clothing. I also use a green screen, like chroma key, and
Mhm.
right when I started, right at the very beginning, I was making sure my green screen is well lit, which I saw on Twitch when I just was starting a year ago. Many people, I think like all of the people who streamed with green screen, they had a very, like, I could see that, the quality was like, there was a lack in quality. because if you don't lit the green screen properly, you're gonna get the blurs, like the picture is gonna look blurry. So from the very beginning, I was making sure that my green screen is well lit, my face is well lit, like my sound is on point. So I was making sure that my quality is, it's a high quality stream. That's why, so the first stream I had by the end of it was only 2 hour stream, which is not too much time. And I already had 40 viewers, which for the first ever stream, like premiere stream when no one knows me, is a lot of people. Okay, 40 people at the first stream is a lot of people. And I was like, wow, that's working. That's working out.
Wow, excellent. Yeah, I mean, it seems like there's a lot that goes into making not only ASMR but really a really good video in general to get that attention.
Um, yeah. So the other question you asked me was, why do I get less attention
Yes.
than the others? First of all, because some people they stream every day. I don't stream every day, and here is what's very important is consistency. For the streamers who stream every day, even it's like maybe 2 3 hours, they stream every day. The people is just people get used to them. So every time they stream, the more and more people come and they start supporting them, they love them, they fall in love with them, and it's kind of like this. I stream only 3 times a week, um, and like I've been thinking honestly to concentrate more on YouTube because streaming is fine, it's fun. It helps me to promote my YouTube, but I feel like I would love to invest more my time more into YouTube.
And why is that?
Why is that? I don't know. I look at the YouTube, like every YouTube video is like its own little project,
Hmm.
like a mini movie, if you can say so. And you can rewatch it. I don't know. I can open it in like 20 years and rewatch. I'm like, oh my God, I was so young and beautiful and this and that. But Twitch is, I don't know, it's just like hours of videos. I actually have two YouTube channels on my additional YouTube, like a second YouTube channel. I post just my streams from Twitch, like recordings of my streams from Twitch.
Hmm.
And I don't think I will ever rewatch those videos. I know that people do rewatch the videos, but I feel like those are hours of video, like hours of footage where I talk to people and communicate with people. So it's very different from like my main YouTube channel, and it
Yeah,
just
that. That's a great point that you bring up because yeah, that's actually a key difference between streaming live shows and having video on demand that people can watch later. It's that interactivity. I feel like if you're gonna do a live performance or a live show, that it's going to go into um, interacting more with whoever's watching and maybe answer some questions, that sort of stuff, versus just focusing on creating this video and then uploading it for everybody to see, and then the comments come later.
yeah. So I like it the way where you just record the video, work on the video, concentrate on the video, on the sound quality, and then people watch it and post comments. The other thing I must mention that on Twitch, your income depends on actually it depends on the people willing to actually give you money. Because when you stream on Twitch, you get paid if people decide to kind of reward you for what you're doing. And on YouTube, you earn money from just views. If you grow a decent YouTube channel, like I don't know, with at least 100,000 subscribers or more, and every time you post a video, people just watch this little 3-second advertisement, and you get paid from this. So the people themselves who watch your content, they don't have to pay you anything, but you get paid because they watch that advertisement. On Twitch, there's like you can stream. I once streamed for like 6 hours and got like $2 income from this because no one just no one decided to give me anything. And I
Hmm.
just feel it's like kind of like, I understand that people don't have to give me money for what I'm doing, but at the same time I feel like I'm spending so many hours, creating this content for Twitch, and I not necessarily getting paid, so I can invest that time in creating YouTube videos.
Yeah.
That's my thinking.
Wow. Yeah, and that makes sense. And do you have a budget that you spend on or dedicate just to creating ASMR?
Well, I started last year. I didn't have a PC. I didn't have a desk. I didn't have a chair. I didn't have even like the basic things. So when I started, I just had my laptop. So I had to buy everything. From computer chair to the desk to the PC to the camera to the microphones. I spent about $15,000 on all this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, and going live or live streaming requires a whole new set of hardware that you don't typically need if you're just gonna be recording videos and then uploading them later. So, I mean, kudos to you because that is expensive.
It is expensive, yeah, but I was like, well, I want to do this. I want to try this out. I want to have a good quality. That's why I'm going to buy this good microphone. I'm going to buy a good camera. I started streaming with like a simple webcam for $70, but now I'm streaming with like $2,000, mirrorless Canon camera. Yeah.
Wow. Well, what do you think? Well, okay. There's a lot of celebrities out there that have um, admitted that they listen to ASMR. And like you mentioned earlier, it's just this huge community on YouTube. It seems like a lot of people are just gravitating towards that type of work. So, what about ASMR do you think attracts all these listeners and viewers to it?
Well, when I just started doing ASMR, I honestly did not understand why it attracts so many people. I just saw it did. But then, like, working on it, I kind of started understanding why. Um, I think the best way to understand it is to open like a good creator on Twitch or on YouTube and kind of like wear good quality headphones and then close your eyes and just concentrate on sounds. Don't look at the video how the girl she's pretty or whatever. Just first of all just wear the headphones and close your eyes and concentrate on sounds. So I would say those sounds they affect your body in the way that your muscles they first get like the muscles get like you get the tingles. It's called tingles. it
Hmm.
it kind of makes your muscle go kind of first tense and then you just release. I don't know how I explain it right, but it's kind of like I feel like it's like a massage for the body, like a audio massage because your muscles just get relaxed. It's
Yeah.
interesting effect.
And what attracted you to do an ASMR?
What attracted me to doing ASMR? I just saw an opportunity. That's why I started doing it.
Hmm. Do you get the tingles?
I do get the tingles. Yeah, uh, well, for me, honestly, it's hard to watch ASMR on YouTube without, thinking, oh, maybe I should do this, maybe I should, try this, try that, and then opening like Amazon, seeing if I can get the prompts. But some channels, I recently found a very interesting channel that has only audio ASMR, and that's what I'm want to try in the future. Like right now, I'm kind of like, you know, how do I say it? It's like using my looks a lot, creating
Uh-huh.
ASMR. But in the future, I really would love to create like very good quality audios, not necessarily like using my sex appeal and everything.
Hmm.
So I recently found this channel on YouTube. It has only audio and it's kind of like a layered sound. So you kind of, it's like, for example, like a forest. And then it's like one person creator. It creates like the whole atmosphere, like a forest, like fairies, giggles, like water sounds or like, I don't know, wind or leaves. It's like, it's crazy, it's very interesting.
Wow. Do you think you'd ever have like a podcast type show just for ASMR, which is, one of the things I've noticed is a lack of uh, ASMR podcasts.
I've been asked about this, but I don't know what's gonna be in the future. I just know what it is right now. Right now is like Twitch and YouTube for me.
Mm-hmm. No, that's good. And even on your Instagram, you have over 14,000 followers, which is a great accomplishment. On Instagram, not just everybody has those numbers. What has made you, in your opinion, successful at Instagram?
Well, I've been posting a lot of pictures, kind of like erotic. Well, I didn't post any like nudity picture. First of all, you cannot do this. Second of all, um, well, I just believe that as far as like I'm young and beautiful, which is not gonna last forever, I can post such pictures and get some attention, I guess.
Hmm. That's good. um, do you just kind of staying in the topic of ASMR real quick, and then we'll
Hmm.
bounce back to just social media in
Hmm.
general. But uh, do you have a person, an ASMR artist that uh, is your inspiration, if you will?
Yes, I have a person who's my inspiration. So my most favorite artist is Kitty Claw. She's a Russian ASMR artist on YouTube. I mean, she streams on Twitch, but she mainly does YouTube. She has 1,500,000 followers. I mean, subscribers on YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, that yeah, it's definitely like, is that a number that you're trying to get to, or what's do you have like a limit, or a number that's your goal that you want to get to in
Well,
within a few months, I guess, or by the end of the year?
I don't set up such goals, but I think every single blogger influencer would always like to have more. Like even she says, "Oh my god, we're gonna celebrate!" Like she's like she already has 1,500,000, but she's waiting for 2 million. And I think it's for everyone. I think for me, the most important thing here is to stay happy, because I believe that the life is short, and everything is gonna end one day. And if you do something that looks cool, for example, like you do something and other people, oh my god, she's so cool, she's got so many followers, but you're not happy yourself, then you're doing something wrong. So for me, the most important thing here, I mean, I like attention, I like followers, but I would like, for me, the most important thing is doing something that just makes me happy. That I just wake up and I know I have things to do and then accomplish things. And by the end of the day, I feel good. I feel like I've done something, and I really love what I'm doing. That's my goal here.
Hmm. So just coming back to social media in general. Now, is do you have Facebook and Twitter as well?
I do have Facebook. I check it maybe once in 2 months. So I do have a Facebook page, but um, it's honestly I haven't logged in it in a long time, and I honestly don't even remember my password. So yeah,
It's all about the gram at this time.
about the gram, what does it mean?
The Instagram.
No, honestly, it's not about the Instagram. I don't post on Instagram very often. For me right now, well, what is more important for me right now? So right now I'm streaming Twitch, but I'm looking forward to get more into the YouTube.
Hmm.
And for Twitter, I have a Twitter page, but I don't post there anything. I post there only. So OBS is a streaming program. OBS has a function where you every time you stream, it tweets on Twitter. So that's what I do. That's all my tweeting is just, oh, hi, I'm live. That's it.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I
and
don't and I don't promote my Twitter anywhere. So I mean, I don't think I have a. I'm not sure even if I have a link to it on my YouTube, on my Twitch. So if someone finds me on Twitter, they follow me, but I don't really care about Twitter or Facebook at
hmm.
all.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, and with with AS doing ASMR, with being on these platforms, one of the things I heard about Twitch was that that's where there could be a lot more bullying than other platforms, like let's say YouTube. So have you been dealing with these trolls out there, and how do you deal with them?
Well, I have a very awesome moderator. In fact, I have a few very awesome moderators. And sometimes when I stream, I see that someone posted, like some person posted something in chat, but moderator deletes it just like that very second.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, can you explain that process of how moderators work? Are they in the same room as you? Are they doing remote work? How does that process work?
Well, I've never been a moderator myself, but I imagine how it works. Well, I give them a special role on Twitch, and
Uh-huh.
they have just a Twitch page, my Twitch page open, and they have just an ability to delete other people's messages, like ban, timeout people, and delete their messages. That's what they do.
Yeah, and are these folks that you have met in person, or what friends, or who are they?
No, I just when I started streaming and first people started coming to my streams, and I just saw some of them were like super nice, and I just offered, "Do you want to be a moderator?" And like, yeah. So I gave them a role on Twitch, and they're my moderators.
Wow, that's excellent. That's uh, I like that. I like that idea. It's like a little community of friends that kind of help you out, help you elevate your game, your shows, your performance.
I think for Twitch it's very important to create a community. That's why like all of the Twitch streamers they have their own Discord channel. I don't know if you heard about Discord or no, but I don't think too many people know about Discord. So it's like it's a program where you have basically have your own server, and you have in your server you have channels where you can talk about I don't know, cooking food or doing sports or like posting memes. You have voice channel, you have text channel, and basically what all streamers are trying to do, trying to gather people who watching their streams into their Discord, so they feel they're more into the community, they're more motivated to come to streams. You know, it's like they kind of creating this atmosphere of a family, I'd say.
Now, there's a lot of types of ASMR out there. Uh, with the streams that you do, the videos that you do, what type of ASMR is your favorite? Is that tapping? Is that whispering? What is that, role playing?
I think my favorite ASMR is role playing. Even though when I just started watching those videos, I felt like it's a little bit weird. But then when I started doing it myself, I mean, not weird, but I think I was just afraid of doing something like this. I was so like, oh my God, that's amazing. Girls dress up as like, I don't know, characters and kind of creating a scene. It's like acting, you know, it's like mini movie. When I was like, well, that's kind of, I don't know if I can do it. I'm so shy. But then I started doing it myself. And I think right now it's my favorite. I want to do more of those.
Wait a minute. So the girl that models and was in Hollywood acting is shy?
Well, you know, it's like because you create your everything yourself. You know, when you do acting, you have a script, so it's kind of you feel like you're just participating in one big project. But here, you're the only person. You know, you write your script. I mean, you're the writer, you're the director, you're the editor, you're the actor, you're the cameraman, and you set up the lights, and it's just all together. And on the top of that you have to have an amazing script. It's like because people can say, oh, I mean, maybe they're not gonna like it. And you're sitting writing the script and thinking, oh my God, what am I doing? Maybe it's so stupid. I don't know. I'm gonna dress like, I don't know, some, I don't know, Harley
Harley Quinn.
Quinn. Yeah, it's kind of like, it is not easy.
Yeah. um, when you write the scripts for these streams, do you have to remember all of your lines?
Well, yeah, that's what I learned from acting is that when you have a script, you need to know the script. Just like you first have to memorize the script without even thinking how you're gonna do it. Because when the camera is on and you're acting and then you're trying to remember your lines, it's not. I mean, it's not good. You have to know your lines. So first you're sitting a couple, days writing the script, and you have to memorize it. And I think I'm always like contemplating my choices on the script, and like this.
um, okay, so let's talk a little bit about your hardware and your tools because um, you have, I think, really awesome tools that you've had to invest time in getting money, researching, so to make sure that you have the right stuff to create these ASMR streams and videos. Um, First of all, how do you what was your research process like when looking into what type of equipment to get? And I know you mentioned this a little bit earlier about using mirrorless cameras, but maybe you can talk a little bit about the tools that you do use currently and what you hope to upgrade to.
Would it help to upgrade to? Well, I'm using right now. I have, I don't know, like 5 or 6 microphones. I think I'm using 3DIO TRS, which is the most simple one for 3DIO. I started with this microphone because I saw that a lot of girls stream with this microphone, and 3DIO is producing binaural microphones for. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what the original are for. They show on their website like the person going into the forest with them to record some birds, but in ASMR, people are using them for ASMR. So I started with 3DIO TRS. It's called 3DIO 3 space microphone. So it's like the cost was like $500, and then I upgraded it to 3DIO Pro, which is $2,000.
Wow,
And
why such a drastic difference in price?
well, the sound, as I compared them, the sound for 3DIO Pro is much more clear and crisp.
Oh, okay.
Um, but I like both microphones. Honestly, I'm thinking maybe I should just use the Y. I mean the 3DIO free space, the one that's cheaper one for streams, and the 3DIO Pro for recording. So I just don't bring my microphone up and down the stairs from the studio to the streaming room. So I kind of like have one microphone for streaming, other microphone for recording, and it's just for this. You've seen it probably, the microphone that has ears, like it's
Yes.
imitating human ears.
Yes, I've seen that.
So I also have shine. I'm not sure how I read it right, like Sennheiser,
Oh,
Sennheiser.
Yes, Sennheiser.
Sennheiser microphone, which is cardioid microphone, it's like shotgun microphone. I got 2 of them. I got them because I read online it's the best possible microphone for ASMR, and each one I got 2 of them, so each one of them cost $1,000.
Wow.
Yeah, I have, like, right now I'm recording this podcast on Blue Yeti, which is Blue Yeti USB microphone. I've never used it yet for ASMR, but what I would love to upgrade it to, I would like to upgrade it to Blue Yeti Pro, because Blue Yeti Pro is a XLR microphone, and you can, well, the difference from USB microphone to XLR microphone is that for USB microphone you have to have your computer on to record the sound. For XLR microphone, I have a voice recorder, and in order to create a crisp ASMR sound, I mean a very clear ASMR recording, audio recording, you have to have everything off. I even turn off my fridge, so it's like computer
Mhm.
off, fridge is off, all the fans. If somewhere in the house I have fans working, like in the toilets, everything off. So why I want to buy Blue Yeti Pro, because uh, with the Blue Yeti I have right now, I have to have my computer on, and it makes
Mhm.
sounds, so it doesn't work for me. So that's what I want to upgrade to. I want to buy Blue Yeti Pro so I can record ASMR audios on this microphone.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I have a Blue Yeti myself, although I'm not using it to record right now. I'm using cardioid microphone,
Hmm.
um, and it has both XLR inputs, which I use on my uh, Zoom H6 recorder for my podcasts.
Yeah, I have the same
But
one.
yeah,
Zoom
but
H6.
yeah, but it also has a USB input that allows me to connect to my computer directly, which is how I'm talking right now. But I'm hoping to at some point upgrade to an actual audio mixer with XLR input, so I can connect professional microphones to the mixer, and then from there go into the computer. Is there equipment that you want to upgrade in the next, let's just say, couple months here?
Yeah, I use a mixer, and it has two XLR inputs, and I want to upgrade it to the mixer that has four, at least four XLR inputs, because like my 3DIO, it's one microphone but two ears, so I have two cords, two XLR cords.
Mhm.
And like for example, if I want to stream from like using my Sennheiser and my 3DIO Pro, I would need a mixer that has four XLR inputs, because Sennheiser, each one of them has like XLR cable, and my 3DIO Pro also has two XLR cables. So I need four XLR input mixer.
And how about a computer? Are you still on a laptop, or have you been using a desktop computer? And what kind of computer is it?
I bought. I think it's CyberPower PC. It's fine. I didn't have anyone to ask an advice from when I was buying this PC, or maybe I would say I was shy to ask people an advice. So I bought a pretty good PC, which I think I could have bought a little bit better PC, but I think I'm satisfied with the PC I've got right now. But then later I was traveling back to Russia, and I bought the laptop. There I went like with the best option. I bought like a Razer laptop, um, which is pretty decent. You know, I've been editing videos on this, and it works well.
Yeah. Wow. Uh, okay, so let's see. We talk microphones, computers. Let's see. What other tools would be required besides what we just mentioned? I guess internet. Since you're doing streaming, you
Yeah.
must have really good internet.
Well, yeah, internet is important. I think it's better to. I mean, really good. I don't want. What's a really good internet? Because this is kind of like, you know.
Yeah. Well, one of my favorite channels to watch is on YouTube. It's called Live Streaming Pros,
Hmm.
and they kind of just talk to you about all the basics of what it takes to live stream. And one of those things that they talk about is internet speed. So I know that you have to have a really good upload speed, download speed. A lot of residential areas, for example, depending on what type of internet you get really good, really high download speeds,
Hmm.
but
Upload is
may
low. Yeah.
yeah, upload speed. I just actually recently had to upgrade my internet speed because I'll be doing a lot more remote work because of all the coronavirus
Hmm.
that's happening, the crisis that's happening right now, and so I needed a reliable internet connection to allow me to do what I usually do at work, because at work you are counting on internet speeds that are out of the roof. Just really good internet connections, but that's a business. At
Hmm.
residential areas, it's kind of hard to find that type of internet speed unless you're, paying an arm and a leg. Um,
You know what's
but
interesting? That my upload right now is 40. Um, and in order to stream on Twitch, I think you have to have at least like 10. upload speed. But you know what's like weird? Like I've traveled to Russia recently, and there, if you have, they don't have like up download 1,000 and upload like 40. Like I have right now. They have, if you have download 100 and you have upload 100. I don't know what's going on here. I mean, I'm not a tech person, but for me, it's kind of strange. I mean, like America is such a country that like ahead of the whole world, I guess. And like, why do they have such low upload speeds? And why does it cost so much?
Exactly. I was just having this discussion with a coworker of mine because uh, they when I upgraded my internet speed, it really just took them a couple seconds to, on their computer, just push a few buttons and, oh, all right, you got your internet speed upgraded. But okay, that means that you have actual control over the internet speed. So why? So I can only attribute it to the capitalism in this
Yeah.
country. It really all comes down to money. For 99% of the things that we do in the US.
That's true.
But yeah, and the internet companies are a business at the end of the day, so they gotta get their money's worth, and we can't really do anything about that. And we at the same time need those tools. So it's good to have a good paying job if you're gonna do this stuff.
Well, yeah, I guess if you want to live in America, nice life, you have to have a good paying job.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so when you let's see. Well, okay, actually, one of the things that I really wanted that I was curious about. Um, two questions right now, actually. One, is there anything else that you want to talk about or mention, equipment wise? And the second question is um, going to be about kind of coming out here to America. I mean, you came out here as a young child, right?
No, I came here when I was 19,
Oh,
20
it's
years
just
old,
recent.
I'd say. Yeah, 20
Yeah.
years old.
Oh. So we'll talk a little bit about that journey as well. But is there anything else you'd like to mention about equipment that you use, just for anybody listening that might want to, kind of get their own little studio started?
Well, equipment, I think in order to start streaming, you have to have a camera. Even if you like streaming games, or I think it's important for people to see what you look like. Because I've seen like some streamers, they stream with no webcam. But, if you want to kind of grow as a streamer, you have to have your face out there. So people feel connection.
Yeah.
But you don't have to have an expensive camera to start streaming. You can buy like $60 webcam on Amazon, and that's what I streamed with. I think it was like $60 or $70 Logitech webcam. I started with it for a while, and I loved it. And but then when I started doing YouTube, I actually bought a actual camera, and someone told me, "Oh, you can stream with this camera." And I tried it. I'm like, "Yeah, that's a good quality stream." So I'm streaming with an actual camera.
Wow, excellent. I love cameras. I used to be a news photographer, videographer back some years ago, before I made the switch over to digital only. And I do have some cameras that I just love. I've kind of stayed to the Nikon family for the
Mm.
time being, but I think I'm going to be getting a more dedicated video camera as well. Is there a particular brand of camera that you're using that you really
Yeah,
like?
yeah. I think I earlier mentioned Canon, but I'm not. It's like I made a mistake. I have Sony Alpha A6400. Um, I bought it last year. How I found it, I just watched a lot of YouTube videos. Like, what's the best camera? It was 2019. What's the best camera for influencers in 2019? So I bought the Sony Alpha. I
Yeah.
think the body was $1,000 and the lens was $1,000. So it's like $2,000 deal. But right now, the same camera, because it's like 1 year old, you can buy it online much cheaper, of
Yeah.
course.
Wow. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the equipment, I'm a tech nerd. I just love the technology out there and how do you implement it and use it to, and reach people's experiences, especially now in the times that we're in currently. Have you been
Mm.
affected by the coronavirus at all?
Well, it's like, I'm reading the news every day, and of course, it's very scary. I think the this virus itself is scary, but what's also scary is like the recession, like the economic crisis that we're having because of this. Because like I've read yesterday, hotels in Vegas closed for 30 days. In San Francisco, you cannot leave your home for 2 weeks. And I feel like a lot of businesses just gonna suffer a lot from this, and economy is just not gonna do well. And it's just all of this together is just it's crazy, and people panicking, buying all the toilet paper is like nuts. But seriously, it's nuts. Some people say,
Yeah.
don't read the news, don't read the news. And I open the news, I'm hoping to see something, good, something that's, but I don't see anything good. So I'm like, maybe I should read news maybe once in 2 3 days, or
Yeah.
so don't, because when you read those bad news, it just makes you, it dooms you. You're like sitting there and thinking, oh my god, it's the end of the world.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Well, I've read articles that say that medical professionals, health officials are saying or advising just to stick to a couple trusted news sources and just get your updates on coronavirus and other news once a day. It's just for
Yeah,
your mental health being.
right.
And I'm in news and I do news. That's practically my full time job. And uh, yeah, it's crazy. And I try to deal with that as best as I can. Once I go home, that's it. I don't I talk to friends or do something else. But you kind of get confronted with some of these realities. I mean, just yesterday, I finally got my toilet paper after, yeah, and mind you that
Oh,
we really needed it. So it's not like we were trying to hoard it or
yeah.
anything. We genuinely needed the toilet paper. So we've been trying for a few days, actually a couple weeks, to find toilet paper and other paper items, and it was hard because the shelves were empty, and it was just so weird. And everybody, well, the some of the store employees of these places that we gone into have said to me that yeah, there's people that go in there that actually did run out of toilet paper and they're trying to just stock up like you normally would, and it wasn't happening. So I think that there's right now, like you said, yeah, businesses are going to suffer because they're shutting down their dining options, so you can only order for delivery. Now, being in LA, the food delivery service is actually pretty good compared to other smaller cities. So I actually come from a smaller city called Santa Barbara. It's about an hour and a half from
Mhm.
here, and yeah, their delivery services there are not quite as extensive as LA, of course. So you can order in LA something from a restaurant, almost any restaurant,
Right.
and have it delivered. So I think people need to just keep doing that and supporting those businesses. But it's also gonna take government officials to create some kind of stimulus package to inject some money into these businesses so they can pay their employees who are working from home and all that. And I think that this podcast episode with you it's timely because a lot of people are going to be basically stuck at home, and
Right.
they need they need an outlet to to experience, to watch things, to be entertained, because these movie theaters are closing, sports events are being canceled, and you're, I think, offering a good some good content that people can tune into, and just relieve some of the stresses of the day.
Well, that's what people say, that streamers are gonna do well because everyone's sitting home gonna watch their streams.
Exactly. So you might see a boost. We'll have to touch bases in the next month here or so, and
Yeah,
see if you saw a boost or an increase in your content.
yeah.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about your journey to the U.S. from Russia. Now, a lot of folks that they tend to come here as children or a very young age and kind of just build a life here. I mean, your English right now is very, very spectacular. It's probably better
Oh,
than mine.
thank
Um,
you.
but talk to me just about that journey. What made you want to come out to the U.S. initially, and what was your family's reaction to that?
Well, I was born in a small city of Russia and in far northeast. Well, we call it far northeast. And I don't know, it's just, I think as a child, I was watching American movies and I always wanted to go to America and I wanted to be in the movies when I never, never did. But I always had this dream to go to America and to do acting and things. So first I went to Moscow. Well, I wanted to go after like my high school. I wanted to go to America right away, but my parents were like very, they were like no. So I ended up going to Moscow. I've decided from Moscow, if I'm gonna live alone, I'm gonna, be like more, I don't know, grow up a little bit in their eyes, and from Moscow it's gonna be easier to go to America. So I went to Moscow. I studied actually French in the university, French and English, and I've been a very good student, like a student. And my I just wanted to prove my parents that I can do, like, I'm serious, about things. And then after 2 years, was it 2 years or 3 years in Moscow? 3 years in Moscow, I told them I want to go to America. So they sent me to America for an academic year of English studies. And after that, I just applied for acting school, and that's how I ended up in. I mean, that's how I stayed in LA, in America.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Do you have a favorite movie?
Do I have a favorite movie? Oh my god, I have a lot of favorite movies. I don't even know which one to think about right now. What's my
what
favorite movie?
what type of movies influenced you growing up?
Oh, I always liked. I don't know why, when I was studying in my acting school, it was kind of not cool if you liked this kind of movies. You were supposed to like serious drama, like Streetcar Named Desire and everything. But when I was inspired by completely different movies. I was inspired by Pirates of the Caribbean, by Harry Potter. Movies that are like entertaining movies that do not make you think too much. Just movies that make you happy and kind of go in a different world and dream, like Lord of the Rings, stuff like that. So I like this kind of movies. I think there is some reality is not, is already tough. So when you sit and watch a movie, you want to go in the reality, in the, like, in another world that's, that's good, that makes you happy. But when I was studying in acting school, it's kind of, they were shaming you if you like this kind of movies. You were supposed to like, serious something, drama where everyone is like crying, dying, or whatever. It's like, yeah, but I was inspired by something completely different.
Well, that's actually really good because why stick to the norms? You got to
Yeah.
be yourself.
Hmm.
um, okay. Well, just as we're coming to a close here, is there anything else that you like to talk about that maybe we haven't mentioned or didn't mention during this conversation?
I don't know. What do you think?
Well, do you have any um, advice for those that kind of want to follow in some of your footsteps, whether it be going into acting, and maybe if you do talk on that, maybe you can give your perspective having been there, and what it takes to get there, or if somebody wants to do live streaming or become a YouTube sensation or a Twitch star, are there any suggestions or advice that you give these people that want to follow in those footsteps?
Well, I cannot advise much on acting because I haven't done much myself, I can, for Twitch streaming, what I can advise is to be consistent and, when you start streaming, just start. Because some people, they just like, they want to buy like the most expensive chair first, It sounds ridiculous, but that's how people are. They like want to buy, the chair that costs $500 to start streaming. I'm like, doesn't make any sense. So if you want to start streaming, you don't need a fancy, like I've seen people like cannot start streaming because they don't have this fancy camera, like, like I do. So like if you want to start streaming, just, you can honestly, you can even stream with your, like laptop camera, which I don't think it's gonna be a very good quality. But when you start, it doesn't mean that you're gonna have 1,000 viewers for your first stream, and you need practice in everything, whatever you're doing. So when you want to start streaming, just start, and it's just gonna build up your audience, and don't get discouraged if you're not gonna have many viewers to begin with, or even a year after this. But if you like doing it, I recommend continue doing it. And honestly, do some. If it makes you happy, then it's worth it. For the YouTube, I think this like it also requires a lot of work and consistency, which I don't have right now. Like if you want to be like a serious YouTube creator, you have to post at least like one video a week, which I couldn't complete recently because I had this move to another state and everything. So, and I don't have my studio. Like I had like kind of like a studio in my California place. Right now I don't have anything, and I haven't set it up yet. But if you want to do YouTube creation, the consistency matters, quality matters, but it doesn't mean that you have to start with like, outstanding quality. You just have to start and build your audience like slowly. And I think if you're working in like, if you're consistent, if you're working enough, if you're trying enough, I think you're going to build your audience. But the most important thing, once again, I think is being happy. If you're doing it and you're hating it and you're doing it because you want to be a star and you're not a star yet, and it's just not going to work.
Yeah.
I think if it brings you pleasure, do it. Work on it, and you'll see where it's going to get you.
Excellent advice.
Yeah. The journey is more important than the destination here. Destination is important, but the journey, I think, is more important than the destination.
Well said. I love that.
Mm.
Okay, and where can people find you on social or digital platforms, Twitch and all that? Where can people find you?
Well, I go by the name Nina Swan. And you can find me everywhere by this name on Instagram, Nina _Swan, on Twitch. Also, you type in and search Nina Swan and you find me. On YouTube is the same. I have Nina Swan ASMR, which is my main YouTube channel, and Nina Swan Stream, where I post my streams recorded from Twitch. Upload my streams from Twitch is Nina Swan Stream. But I think honestly, like everywhere online, you can find me by my name, because even though it's a simple name, but it just doesn't happen to be, there's not too many Nina Swans out there.
All right, Nina, thanks again for joining me here on the podcast and telling your story.
Awesome. You're welcome. It was a pleasure talking to you.
A pleasure talking to you as well. Have a good day in good old Ohio at your new home.
Thank you very much.
Don't forget to follow Nina on social media. The links are on the description to this episode. And if you have any comments or questions regarding this episode or the podcast in general, send them to the hangrymexicanpodcast at gmail.com. I would love to feature some of your comments on a later episode. And please rate the Hangry Mexican Podcast on Apple Podcast and all other major platforms we are streaming on. The more you rate, the more ears this podcast will reach. I really appreciate your support. Thank you for listening, and until next time, stay safe, good night, good luck.